as a resource what should already have been used. Well, I think we're going to eat a tag for it though. But this is really smart because now we can go back to the window. And right now it is not looking good for Zuzu. We've managed to get the grab. No flashlight save. Going for...
And we do continue with this chase. Jimmy, my boy, what are you doing here? It seems that you're gonna take the chase. It seems to be quite a troublesome position. We do see Aitor showing himself once again.
Grasping, breaking free there from Wispy's grasp. And the hit tank is going to come through as well. And man, Tamashi's really here to fight. Oh my goodness! And that's the tiebreaker.
Well, it seems that Nia was in her natural habitat. We do manage to go for the corner. Very smart decision. And it seems that the first is going to be guaranteed as well. Showing at this occasion at getting his revenge. As we've seen already, it was quite an unfortunate position. He did try to go for the play. Beautiful smack there, and the save is going to happen at the same time.
Come on, not something we expected to see. And they're going to go for the pick as well. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back here to Bitter Demise. We do see Wispy on the Blight here on the Suffocation Pit 1, and it's going to be an exciting matchup here between Ascent and Tamashi. This is the second set here. We saw a previous result of a 4K2, and yeah, just a difficult one to call exactly how this is going to go, with Wispy having to get a 4K3. Tamashi really is going to have to play this out super careful and super tight here to go tiebreaker, but I think they've got it in them as a team to be able to get away with it. I think that was a bit unfortunate timing there for that specific loop to be landed in that place, as it wasn't very safe. And we do see the first down, bit unfortunate. I'm joined once again by my good friend and colleague Titan Smek. Titan, how are we doing today?
Are doing very well. We do have the first down here. It seems that Wispy did an amazing job, and this is really noticeable. Now, to be fair, it's quite an early down, which is gonna make the situation a little bit worse, but overall it shouldn't be that problematic, depending on the way that this is gonna be played as well. But what do you think?
Yeah, I think it's gonna be tricky. I think Tamashi really needs to power through with the gens to be able to make tiebreaker, and I think they've got the potential to do that. I think they're a good enough team. I just think we need to be careful. We need to be aware that Wispy's going to be everywhere. This is a player who's very experienced on killer and serve, and you really do have to keep your eyes open. The comms are going to have to be flying Titan in order to get away with this and pull off this upset. And that's exactly what it would be if we can reach tie condition. It would be a huge upset, and Ascent would not be very happy if that was to happen. In their mind, they should beat this team with their eyes closed, in theory. And I don't think Tamashi's going to let that happen. So I think we're in for a hell of a fight here, Titan, and I'm very excited to see how it gets played out.
Yes, indeed. Tamashi's indeed gonna fight this, and to be fair, I'm quite excited to see what they are gonna be able to bring to the table. We did see quite an amazing second set here, or the first half of the second set being played, and things went pretty crazy. An amazing result, and to be honest, it was quite a performance to be put. I would say that things should roll pretty well if played correctly, but I'm not too sure what to expect here, because as we've seen, both teams can make mistakes, and yeah, this is not something really that you want to see. But yeah, there's gonna be the situation when, ooh, beautiful attempt that they're getting that hit, but no, it's not really gonna fly under Wispy's watch there. And Mop here seems to do quite an amazing job. We do try to get the best play possible, and this is really noticeable, but it's not really enough though. This is the only problem that we are having at the moment as a team. But what do you think?
I think they're playing this really well. I think they're being really smart about this Titan. We could have used that window vault, but no, we want to go back to the pallet and use more of that as a resource what should already have been used. Well, I think we're going to eat a tag for it though, but this is really smart because now we can go back to the window, or we can go to a different resource. I think they're playing this out very carefully. Maybe I spoke a bit too soon, Titan. Maybe we just kind of put ourselves in a bad position. But you know what? I think another gen's going to come flying through, so I don't know. They are double stacking this. They know they have to get 3 gens to tie, and I don't know, man. My hand's in my pocket, but I'm thinking, like, I think Tamashi's going to do this. I think they're going to reach Tycon, and I think it's going to be a 4K2 Titan. I want to know what your thoughts are on this. I think they can do it.
I think that, to be fair, I do believe the fact that they should be able to go straight for the tiebreaker. They played the first set less or worse. They did try their best, but it didn't really work in their favor. And to be fair, yeah, it was noticeable. They didn't have that much experience on that set. But on this one, they are at home. They already know what they have to do. They know what the spins, they know the plays, and this is really noticeable. Now, this doesn't mean that our team here can't win. It's just that our gamers are in the zone, and this is going to be a little bit troublesome. They do need to be careful. They do need to make the best result possible. And to be honest, this is going to be a little bit troublesome for them, but not something that they can't
Oh, the
overcome.
DS Titan! What a moment! Grasping, breaking free there from Wispy's grasp. And the hit tank is going to come through as well. Titan, this is, oh man, they're really showing a scent that they're not here to play around. They want in on main stage. They want in on final stage here, Titan. And they're not going to be walked over or pushed over. And man, Tamashi's really here to fight. Oh my goodness! And that's the tiebreaker. Well, Titan, mate, I hate to say I told you so. I knew Tamashi came here to win today, but man, they made that look easy. Wispy has 2 stages right now, and 3 gens have been done. This is phenomenal. They might even win this set, Titan. What do you think about that? This gen is easily 70%.
That's a possibility being fair with you, and I wouldn't put this past this team here. Now, to be fair, things should look pretty well for them, and this is a noticeable thing. Now, I would say that maybe, just maybe, things are going to be a little bit complicated overall, but it does seem to work very well in their favor on train. So what do you think, my boy?
Yeah, I think definitely it's gonna be a tricky one for Wispy to deal with. I think like you said, Tamashi's locked in. They know that this is a match. They're in a comfort zone. They've played Blight a billion times. And there is always the debate against EU teams versus NA teams. Oh, I can't believe we missed that, Titan. Wispy is not having a good day at the office for sure, and he needs to lock in. This is very bad for him and for Ascent right now. We do get the down, but man, if you're the killer right now, what do you do, Titan? Because let's be honest, he's not having a good time.
Well, I would prepare for the second set being fair with you on train. I would just prepare for the not for the second set, but for the tiebreaker. My apologies. But yeah, that's gonna be the situation. I mean, at the end of the day, there is a bit of a gen split as well, which makes the situation even harder for our killer. He does try his best. He does try his hardest, but in this situation in particular, it doesn't seem to work too well, which unfortunately does make a difference in here. So yeah, that's gonna be the situation. We do manage to get this beautiful, beautiful hit here on our army, and maybe our gamer is gonna get insta down there. Uh-oh, things are not looking too well on train. Things are not looking too well for sure, man.
No, I still think we get one more gen. I think no matter what happens, I think there are 2 people right now on the other side of the map working on a different gen. I think it's gonna get done, man. I'm telling you, they're gonna do it.
Ooh,
Down coming through though. I'm pretty confident. I mean, he's in an alright position, but this gen's on. It's like, I don't know how. It's like they're running between, and they're doing 20% of a gen and 20%. I think no matter what, there's not too much he can do. The only problem is that Alara is injured. Oh my goodness.
Things are not looking good, man. But they managed to pop the gen.
That's a win for Tamashi and an upset. And I knew we were going to see one kind of upset today. Tamashi taking the win on the second set here. Absolutely remarkable and not something we expected to see. And they're going to go for the pick as well. Well, Titan, I think this team is playing like they really want to. And oh man, Unbreakable as well. Titan, they might actually get a 4th gen. Oh, maybe not. I mean, a 5th gen. You know what I mean?
That's a possibility, to be fair, but it's gonna be very complicated, to be honest with you, man. Like, things for sure do seem to be quite exciting for our team here, and they do try their best, and they are having fun as well, which is kind of noticeable, being fair. But overall, I think that this is gonna be the end of our journey here. I mean, Demise is the lone shark here trying to do his best. He doesn't have anything to roll with, and yeah, this is gonna be the corner play. Very interesting decision, and we do see the deceit from the killer. Well,
so what did we see there? That was a 4K1, yeah?
That was a 4K1 indeed.
Yes.
Hello everybody and welcome back to another set on Bitter Demise on the One Night Stands finals. Right now we're here with the tiebreaker with Hillbilly on a special map on Wrecker's Yard instead of Bloodhaven. Not really used to seeing that here. But right now, it is looking very interesting. I'm here with Titan. Titan, what are your expectations? That is a very good down.
Well, to be fair, I'm quite excited to see what this map is going to be able to bring for us. I think that it's a bit of a small map for what we need in here, and things are going to get a little bit complicated for our survivor team, but it should go pretty well in my opinion if the survivor team is gonna play this properly. Now, to be fair, it seems to be quite troublesome position. As you can see here, we continue this. Ooh,
Ooh.
beautiful play here. But what do you think?
Well, the first thing I think is it's very weird seeing only one hex on Hillbilly. I'm used to seeing a full hex on this killer, but Pop and also what is it called again? Pop and not really corrupt, but
Tremors?
I forgot its name. Pop and Pop and the other perk are very interesting to see as well. I think Pop is definitely one of the better perks on Hillbilly just because of his mobility. I'm at a loss for words here. We have 2 people broken, which used to seeing 2 people broken in a Hillbilly match. Usually it's only 1, but right now we have Koza on the no midder and Jimmy on the other perk. I believe it's Last Stand. These have been some pretty quick chases, don't you agree, Titan?
I do agree with you. I do agree with you here. It's gonna be quite a questionable situation and quite a questionable moment, being honest with you, but overall, it seems to be quite an interesting situation, and I would think that maybe things are gonna get a little bit better in such predicament. As you can see here, our team is trying to do their best, and the down is gonna be guaranteed as well. Aitor, he's always an unfortunate soul, man. I'm feeling bad for this guy, man. I don't know, man. This guy is one of the most unfortunate guys that I've seen in a while. So yeah, that's gonna be the situation. Lord here, he's gonna decide to... Beautiful curve there. Beautiful, beautiful play.
I think this Billy definitely knows what he's doing with those curves, but I think that our survivors also, while it is looking a bit a bit interesting for our survivors here, I'm at a loss for words today. Someone stop me! I'm losing. But I think our survivors here are definitely not as prepared for this map instead of for this killer. I think they know how to play versus the killer, but not on this map, which is definitely holding them back a bit, if I can say so myself. Other than that, Titan, I do agree. Idor has been getting the short end of the stick a lot these matches, and yeah. I just want justice for my boy Eider. That's all I'm gonna say right now to you, Titan.
Quite an unfortunate situation, being honest with you. It seems to be a little bit troublesome as well. As you can see, our killer does try his best, he does try his hardest, but I don't know, things seem to look a little bit tricky. And to be fair, the survivor side, I don't know, they're making their mistakes, and this is noticeable. We do see the tunnel out being pretty much over it, but not yet. As you can see here, Aitor, he's gonna be the GOAT that keeps on giving, you know, the gamer, the warrior that gets it down, like usual. I don't know, man, I'm so used to see this guy on the ground that I can't even think to see him anywhere else. So yeah, that's gonna be the situation, though. I would say that things are gonna be interesting, you know, so... Overall, a little bit tricky, but a little bit of a tricky situation, but it shouldn't be that problematic on my line of sight, on my line of thoughts. And we do continue with this chase. Jimmy, my boy, what are you doing here? It seems that you're gonna take the chase. It seems to be quite a troublesome position. We do see Aitor showing himself once again. Man.
Aitor, the absolute Chad, coming in to take the hit for Jimmy for the tunnel out here. But is that gonna be enough? I'm not sure. Titan, do you think that Aitor, our absolute GOAT, coming in and taking the hit? Oh, well, I think they answered my question already. It was in fact not gonna be enough. We do see that the gen on 9's side, on 9's side is being worked on, but are they gonna pop it? No.
That's gonna be a little bit unfortunate. As you can see, it does seem to be a little bit of a tricky position for our gamers. We do see the DC happening instantly, and yeah, we do need to put some more reinforcements around this. But that's gonna be the situation for now, though. We do continue with this chase, and it seems to be quite a tricky situation. I think that our gamers, for sure, they're having some troubles, but they do try their best, and this is noticeable, so we do have to give them credit where credit is due. But, as I stated, it's not enough, boys. It's not enough. You need to step up that game, otherwise you are gonna be the fools in here. So yeah, that's gonna be the situation, you know. Overall, it's a little bit of a tricky position, I'm not gonna lie, but I think that our gamers should be able to overcome this. I think that they should be able to show their hand and make the better judgment. Overall, yeah, it's gonna be a little bit tricky, but as you can see, the down is gonna be guaranteed.
It's definitely tricky. I feel like normally Hillbilly's average is already 4K1 4K0. If my memory is right, which I'm gonna be honest, it usually is not. But other than that, I think right now, especially on Wreckers, I feel like the average for Hillbilly would be 4K1, 4K2, definitely 4K1 minimum. Ooh, we find somebody stealthing here. We find, I believe this is Aitor again, and Aitor does go down to the absolutely stunning curve. Other than that, yeah, Titan, I think 4K2, getting to 2 gens is already a very good result for the situation these survivors were in, right?
Yes, indeed. We do continue this chase, and it seems that Koza here, he's gonna play this very well, actually. He's gonna be able to escape this. He's gonna be able to escape this, as we can see in here. And I think that I don't think that these gamers are dog shit at the game, don't get me wrong. I don't want to say anything bad here, you know, we are respectful. But I think that if you take the chase with the right guy, I think that this is gonna be a pretty easy win if you get the gist of the situation. But yeah, leaving this aside, I would say that it's quite a tricky situation because, yeah, not everyone knows how to play against this killer, and things can get a bit tricky as well, and the down is gonna be guaranteed. So I'm gonna be honest, man, I don't know if our team here is gonna be able to overcome this challenge. Maybe I'm a little bit of a pessimistic guy, and maybe they're gonna be able to show us that they can do the 4K3. But Team Temporary seems to be in a pretty bad situation, in my opinion. But what do you think?
Well, what I think is you're definitely not being pessimistic right now. I think that the survivors indeed have been kind of struggling versus this killer, and don't get me wrong, I've said this earlier before, it is indeed a difficult killer to face, especially just due to the fact that it's either sometimes you just have to take the M1 or the chainsaw. It's one of those, but also just the fact that the survivors are just always found in, if I can say so, kind of a bad spot on the map. Other than that, I think this is very doable. It should be very doable for the killer of Temporary to get at least a 4K2 or a 4K3, considering that the map is Wreckers. However, if I can say so, I think Ruin has very much been carrying this game for our killer here. Thrilling Fremers has definitely helped a lot, but I think the main killer for these survivors has been either their own chases, but also definitely Ruin. It's just been regressing so many of the gens, which is definitely not something you want to see as survivors. Other than that, Titan, I think you, as a survivor main, might have some opinions about some of the survivors, about the situation that's going on right now with the survivors.
In this predicament here, it's kind of tricky because if you face a very good Billy, then things are gonna get complicated. Usually, you should have a general idea on how to play against this killer, but when it comes to playing against a really good killer, then things are not so easy as they seem initially, you know. I would say that maybe in some cases they, in general, it's just the fact that they should have been able to hold the chases for a little bit longer. But yeah, I I don't know, man. It's kind of tricky, you know. That's the whole situation behind it. But maybe I'm wrong about it. What do you think?
Well, I don't think you're wrong at all. That's the thing. Great minds think alike. And right now, I think that if they were able to hold those chases in the beginning of the match a bit longer, when they still had all those pallets as well, that this should have definitely been a bit of a better result for them. Because right now, 4K2 is not really the result you want to get as survivors. But other than that, I think they played it very decently. Wow. I did not expect that. I'm gonna be very honest with you. That was not something that I was actually expecting to see.
Oh, it's gonna be quite a tricky situation, but yeah, Koza here overall should fall along the way. Even if he's gonna play this good at the end, it doesn't really make a difference, you know, that's the main problem, because the time to shine, well, you had your time to shine, but at the moment, you know, things are not gonna work, so our killer is trolling a little bit as well, so yeah, this is noticeable. But yeah, the turn is gonna be guaranteed, and this is pretty much gonna end our situation here. Quite unfortunate.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another match with Seraphim on the killer, if I'm correct. Right now we have Gray from Seraphim on the killer, on the Wesker on I believe this is Cold Tower 2. Very interesting choice. Normally we see Cold Tower 1. We we see the Nia stealthing. Oh, and it's gonna be a miss. I am here with my beautiful caster Titan Smack, also known as Titan. Titan, how's it going today?
Well, things are going pretty well. It seems that Nia was in her natural habitat. We do manage to go for the corner. Very smart decision. And it seems that the first hit is going to be guaranteed as well. Well, our gamer is going to be caught in a little bit of a situation right now. We do manage to get this beautiful throw here. And it seems that Nia is in a pretty bad situation. But, oh, maybe our gamer is going to be able to escape this. It seems to be the case. Oh, it seems to be quite a bad situation. And as you stated, the map for sure looks interesting. Beautiful down here on
Beautiful hit.
Maximilian here. Yes, indeed. But how are you doing? How's your day, man?
Going good, going good. Just having a snack and watching some beautiful DVD. It's definitely one of the bolder moves to do a gen right next to Chase.
It is, but at the same time, if the killer doesn't decide to leave the chase, then it's gonna be a smart move. So, you know, overall, you can call it a bold move, a dumb move, or a good move. Depends on what it's gonna happen. But yeah, that's gonna be the situation. As you can see in here, Gray is gonna decide to go straight out on our Nia here, but he doesn't manage to find her. Uh-oh. Oh, maybe we do find her. It seems to be quite a good situation. The first generator is going to pop as well. And as you can see, our gamers are playing this very coordinate. Uh, I'm sorry, my English ain't English. Yeah, coordinated.
It's
My
fine,
apologies.
it's fine.
Yeah,
You have
thank
me.
you.
I will help you anytime needed, brother. But yeah,
Thank you.
it does look like there is going to be some very good teamwork here with Molotov taking a hit for the tunnel out. Don't you agree, Titan?
I do agree, and it seems to be quite a bad situation for Gray here. He is really struggling. Usually an average Ooh, how was that not
Oh.
a hit?
I think our killer is got kind of
Oh?
confused with what happened. This is definitely one of the more interesting plays I've seen yet. This tile is definitely a new tile that you're gonna have to get used to. But I think what happened here was the killer thought she didn't run through the pallet, tried to swing, and only after that realized that the survivor was on the different side. But yeah, this this is definitely the type of moment that would go in a compilation, right, Titan?
Yes, indeed. By the way, I was curious because I didn't play this game in over a month. I'm not too sure, but if I recall correctly, 6 stages, if I remember, were the average for this killer. Or am I wrong?
That's a great question. I don't know either. I believe it was 6 or 7 stages was the average on DVD League for this killer. Um, However, I have seen a lot of matches where it was kind of a mix. Either you got a 4K1 on this killer, or you got like just 2 or 3 stages. So it's definitely somewhere in the middle.
Well, it seems to be quite an interesting situation. As you can see, our Nia is going to be out of the game. We do have quite an interesting play from our gamers, and right now Molotov here is going to decide to take the hit for his teammate. Very smart decision. It seems that our gamers are doing quite well, and our survivor manages to reach this quote-unquote eye filler here, so it's going to be quite a good... Ooh, quite an unfortunate situation now that I'm talking about it. But yeah, the first kill, 2 generators left, it's not such a bad position to be in, but what do you think?
This is definitely one of the better positions to be in my opinion. Already, a tunnel out at 2 gens on Wesker is something that most players would agree with is very good on the killer. He is known to be, well, not really known to be very good, but the Wesker is definitely one of the killers where if you play him correctly and you already have a tunnel out at this stage, you can definitely get more than just 6 stages at the final gen. It should definitely be possible, but right now, with Cold Tower 2, I'm not really sure. I've never really seen this killer on this specific map, so I'm honestly very interested. What? That is, you just get smacked into the locker, but nothing happens. That is very interesting to see, and we see the balanced landing. Titan, that's one of the more interesting plays. Wow, definitely a very strange moment. That's for sure.
Well, to be honest with you, it seems to be quite a bad situation. Yeah, I was about to say that we are gonna see probably 1 gen, and in a couple of minutes the second generator pop as well. I would believe that our killer should be able to get at least 4-5 stages in this predicament as well, but maybe the situation can change a little bit. As you can see in here, we do have 2 injured survivors, which would require us to try and reset so we don't get 4K0. Now, to be fair, it's quite a tricky situation, quite a tricky position. At the end of the day, Gray here managed to monopolize on the mistakes that the survivors did here, and pretty much they played this pretty well. I'm not gonna lie, but they did manage to make a 3-gen situation. So yeah, this is gonna be a mistakes on the books. It's gonna be quite a questionable situation, quite a questionable moment. At the end of the day, we need to see what our gamers are gonna be able to pull. But what do you think?
It is definitely a very interesting play right now, because we can think a lot, but it's honestly just up to what the players do for us to actually commentate on it. We can speculate, but we cannot play the match for them, if you know what I mean. But yeah, it's definitely looking kind of bad right now for the survivors. They've definitely got themselves in kind of a bad situation. Oh, with a trade happening right now as well. It's looking kind of dire, like kind of bad for the survivors right now. They made a mistake, which the killer took full advantage of.
Well, we do manage to get that down here on our survivor Vadia. It seems to be indeed quite a dire situation, and I do agree with you in this specific moment. Now, to be fair, our killer is showing at this occasion at getting his revenge. As we've seen already, it was quite an unfortunate position. We do try to go for the play. Ooh, beautiful smack there, and the save is going to happen at the same time. Interesting decision making here from our gamers. It seems to be quite a bad position. We do need to go for the down here on the survivor. We don't manage to get it. It seems that our survivor is going to be able to escape this predicament here. Quite a bad position, quite a bad moment. Ooh, missing that shot there. And it seems that Vadia is going to be able to continue with the chase. Quite a bad situation. Oh, we do try to go for the mind game. It's not really going to work. Vadia here. Oh, beautiful down in this predicament. Beautiful play here from Gray. Not gonna lie, quite a crazy situation, and the survivors are like cockroaches, man. I don't know if you've noticed that, but they are coming back once again.
They are, yeah.
So yeah, that's a crazy play.
I think these survivors have a very very strong will to live. If you can agree with me there. but it does look like the survivors, even though they played it so beautifully, I do think that the situation right now is already so bad that even that the outstanding performance they gave just now isn't really gonna change a thing. Yeah, even with Pop, I think this is still gonna be a 4K1 at most. Titan, do you have any opinions about the outcome of this Wesker match?
To be honest with you, it seems to be quite a bad situation, but maybe our cockroaches here are going to be able to make a play or maybe try to get the best value possible. The only problem that I'm really noticing is the fact that they can't exactly leave this. Damn, that was crazy.
Damn,
Oh my
yeah.
lord. Oh, that was insane, man. I'm not gonna lie, I didn't believe that that's gonna be a connection there. I'm not
No,
gonna lie.
me neither. Like that is insane. Um,
Oh?
Titan, it might just be due to the Russian ping. Oh, oh, and we
Oh!
smacked the Claudette. Yeah, I think Molotov has given up. Don't you agree, Titan?
Yes,
He
indeed,
says
yes, indeed.
enough is enough. They know the result, and they accepted it with grace. That is very well done.